Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is Precious Styling, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to fuse your fabric with your wadding, or as some people would call it, your fusible fleece or your breast pad, whatever name you're used to. So I'm going to show you how to fuse this properly so you don't have a bulk at the top and at the bottom, especially when you want to line this, so you can get the perfect shaped bustier. So without delay, let's get started. What you see here is called fusible fleece. Some people call it wadding, some people call it breast pad. It's known by different names. So how to identify it is that this is kind of thick, okay? This would be around 0.25 inches thick, maybe above that or less. So this comes in varying thickness and textures. Also, one part of this is actually shiny. It has little dots, not really shiny, but it has little tiny dots, okay, on it. And that part is the part that has the adhesive. That is the part that sticks to the fabric or the leather or whatever you are trying to attach this to, okay, while the other parts may or may not have their adhesive and it may kind of feel like cotton wool. So this is what we're going to use to fuse to the wrong side of our fabric here. So first things first, I have already fused my air stay to the fabric, okay. This is how an air stay looks like. So this air stay, I just attached it by putting the fabric on it and then just putting my pressing iron on it and just gluing it to the fabric. So I did that because I wanted to strengthen the fabric. I wanted to give it more strength before I go ahead to fuse the wadding to it. First things first, I'll be folding the midsection of the bustier and I'll be placing it on the wadding, which is also on fold. I'll just be cutting out a little section that will just be enough for the mid part of this bustier. So while cutting, ensure you give the wadding the same neckline you gave to the bustier, okay. So the bustier is a sweetheart neckline and I replicated it on the wadding. After cutting, you would drag the fabric up by about 0.75 inch or maybe 1 inch, but I decided to go up by about 0.75 inch. This is so that you have a 0.75 inch excess at the top after you're done. This is the space that would be left to turn in your lining at the end of the day. So I'm just going to check that it's 0.75 inch, and I'm going to check the other part as well, that it conforms to the 0.75 inch we decided to leave at the top, and it does. Since that has been ascertained, we'll be cutting this out. Now that we've cut it out, we'll be opening it on a full scale. So I flipped it to the back because this part has the glue, and I'm going to place the fabric on it. This is how it looks like at the back, and you can see the space at the top there, okay. That's about 0.75 inch. Now we're also going to be giving space at the bottom as well. We'll be giving the same 0.75 inch space at the bottom. So I'm just going to place my tape at the bottom there, and I'm going to mark 0.75 inch at one side, and at the other side I'm going to mark 0.75 inch as well. And I'm going to be connecting both points with the help of my roller. I'll just roll a straight line there, and I'll be cutting this out, okay, because there will be space at the bottom as well, because you could be attaching this bustier to a gown or something, and you wouldn't want interference from the wadding. And this is how it looks like at the front. So for the side of the bustier, I have cut out the pattern already, and I've fused air stay on the wrong side of the fabric. So right now I'm going to be placing the this fabric on the wadding, and I place it on fold. Now I'm placing it on fold not because I want the pattern to be on fold. I just want two pieces. I want to cut this at once, and that is why I placed it on fold. So I'm going to begin cutting. First, we're going to define the neckline. We're going to cut out the neckline of this part of the bustier first, and we're going to just cut out the section that will just be enough to cater for this side of the bustier. So I'll just cut out the side of the wadding on fold. Now that we've done that, we're going to drag the fabric upwards by 0.75 inch or by whatever inch you want to leave at the top. Now I'll be cutting the excess wadding all around the sides of the fabric. flipping this to the back, you can see that there's space at the top, so we'll be giving the same 0.75 inch at the side and bottom as well. So I'll just take my tape and mark 0.75 inch at the side. I'm going to mark that at the bottom of the side as well, and I'm also going to be marking that at the bottom of the wadding entirely. And I'll just be using free hands to just connect these 3 points together in this manner, and I'll be cutting out the little section away from the line. And when I adjust the wadding into position, you would see that everything would align to the position it's meant to be. There would be space at the top, at the side, and at the bottom. I'll flip the entire piece to the back. Mind you, the part I have facing the wrong side of the fabric is the part of the wadding with the bumpy, shiny glue dots that would serve as the adhesive that would fuse the fabric to the wadding, and I'll give this a good press. I'm simply placing my hot iron on these pieces and pressing it for about 10 seconds or more till everything is firmly secured, and I'll trim out any excess at the sides. After ironing all the pieces, this is what I have, and if I flip it to the back, this is how it looks like. So I'm just going to be placing the parts of the bustier as it should when it was drafted, and I'm going to be placing the curved sides together because I'll be taking this to the sewing machine to attach all the pieces together. So I'm going to flip it to the back and place right sides to right sides of all the parts together, and I'll just pin it down. Now that we've finished pinning all the pieces together, I'll be taking it to the sewing machine to run stitches from top to bottom. I have attached everything together by sewing it down, but I decided to use a black thread so you can see it very clearly. You can see the stitches I've made. I used the black thread to do this. So I've stitched the sides together, and I'll just push out the dip. I'll just push it out so you can see how the bustier looks like. And this is how the wrong side looks like. You can see that there is a space at the top, at the side, and at the bottom. And when we bring in our lining, to cover up this part, there won't be any interference of the wadding. Everything is just going to stay very flat and neat. And you can go ahead and place your lining on the fabric and then stitch from one point to the other. And when you flip it to the right side, you are not going to have any bulk at the top or at the sides or at the bottom. Everything is just going to sit perfectly. I haven't ironed this bustier out, but you can go ahead and use your bust ham to give it a good press so that all the curves come out nicely. And with this, we've come to the end of the tutorial. In the next video, I'll be showing you the other modifications I made to this bustier and how I attached it to a corset. So you want to stay tuned so you don't miss out on that tutorial. In the meantime, if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please hit on the subscribe button, give the video a like, share the video, leave a lovely comment, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.